Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Sales Process. My name is Tamara, and we are going to be doing a special onboarding today for all of the new people that are joining us today. Welcome, welcome. It's so good to have all of you here. For this session, the best thing to do is to have your sales process account open, okay, on your screen, and also the place where you purchased your domain. So your domain registrar, that might be GoDaddy, Namecheap, Bluehost, wherever you have your domain that you want to pull into your sales process account and use. Let's have that screen open as well, and that'll help us get to where we need to go. Let me just check the chat. I have some questions coming in. Let's see. That's okay. You don't need your camera on if you don't want to. That's okay. You don't have to have it on. Marion is saying that they don't have an account. Sorry, I'm at work. This hour is indeed really bad for me. Okay. This is going to be recorded as well. So if you aren't able to complete everything or be able to stay for the full 2 hours, that's okay. We can also send you the recording and give you access to the recording as well. Okay. So I see your comment here about not knowing where you purchased your domain. It was 4 years ago. I'm going to drop a link in the chat here for you to be able to look that up. Okay. Because sometimes that happens. Hey, I get it. Like, I don't remember where I purchased things 4 years ago. Let me just grab this link for you. And what you can do is with this link, you can look up where your registrar is, who your domain registrar is. Okay. So I'm putting it in the chat there. It's called Who Is. That's what it's called. So you can just click that link and then it's going to tell you to enter your domain. And you don't have to have a web page or a company. You can still set up your sales process account. You don't have to have a website though. That doesn't matter. Just as long as you have like a domain. That's all you really need. So, but you don't have to have like anything living on the domain. All right. Yeah, you need to have a domain that you've purchased. So your domain could be mycompany.com. Where do you want everything that you're going to build in sales process? Where do you want it to live? Okay. So as we go, awesome, Mia. That's awesome. Good, good, good. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have you logged into your sales process account and you're going to be logged into the place where you purchased your domain. And then I'm going to share my screen and we are going to get started. Let me just make sure I have everybody here. Oh, I got a few more people coming in. Get everybody in here. Welcome, everyone. All right, so I will share my screen and we will get started. I will try to keep up with questions. I'll stop every few minutes just to check the chat for questions. So bear with me. Bernie is saying, can I use the same domain I have in a Shopify account? So you can use the same domain, but we would have to create a subdomain for it. Because if we put it on the same domain as your Shopify account, it would come down. Like your Shopify store would disappear. So it does have to be a subdomain. Okay. I don't know translation tool. I'm sorry, I don't know. Okay. So I do see your questions here. I will take note of them, especially if a team member was supposed to reach out. Um, I'll take your name down and get that back to the team. But we're going to dive into getting this set up now. And again, I will check back in the chat here for questions. So inside of your sales process account, the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look for the settings way down. I'm going to make my screen a little bit smaller so that everybody can see a little bit better. There we go. And we're going to go into settings right down at the bottom, left-hand corner. Can everybody see my big yellow hand there? We're going to click into settings and we're going to set up our business profile. That's the first thing we're going to do. So we're going to come in here and we're going to set up. You can always come back to these things later if you don't have like your business logo or anything like that. It tells you what size the image needs to be, so you can upload your business logo. Then you're going to want to put in your business name. And you'll notice here that there is the legal business name as well. So you may have a legal business name and a doing business as business name. So you're going to want to set that up. So you're going to put that information in here. And you're going to put in an email here, but we're going to change it in a few minutes. So you can put one in there, or you probably already have one in there. We're going to change it when we set up your custom email domain and your business phone number. And then you can fill out if you have a business website, you can put that in here. And you can choose your niche and all of that at a later date if you want. And then you're going to want to put in your business address. This is something that is going to appear on any receipts that you send out from your sales process account. So you want to be sure that it is something that you're okay if it's customer facing. Okay, so customers will be able to see it. And so if it is your home address, I would consider getting like a PO box or something in the future. But for now, you can just leave it as your home address. And then the very most important thing right here is your time zone. What time zone is your business in? As we go along here, you can set up other users like staff members in the account, and they can have different time zones than your business, but your business time zone needs to be set up here. So which time zone is your business in? And then of course you can also choose your platform language. What language do you want your platform to be in? Okay. And then you're going to want to update that. Now there's a little bit of information here about an authorized representative. If you have a business name here, you're going to want to put maybe you as the owner here in this information. Okay. Let me just check the chat for questions. Yeah, you would have to have two different accounts for two businesses. Now, the reason I say that is because inside of your sales process account, you can only have one Stripe account. So you can't set up two different Stripe accounts, one for each business for your payment processing. And you can only have one one marketing email address inside your account. So it's very difficult to run two businesses. You can have as many websites and sales funnels and domains inside your account, but you can't have more than one email address for marketing, and you can't have more than one Stripe payment processor. So if you don't use Stripe, if you use a different payment processor, that's the issue as well. Like you can only have one of whatever your payment processor is. Yeah. So, all right. I'm sorry, I don't know a Polish email. It should still work though, right? If there's your email address will still work. It's still a domain. So, all right. Does everybody have their business profile set up? Your branded domain is something that we're going to talk about when we set up our domains. Okay, so we're going to talk about setting up your branded domain at a later time. We'll come back to it, okay? All right. Some people are having some loading issues. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to go into your business or your profile here. So this is your personal profile, which is very different from your business profile, right? So this can have a different email address. This is the email that you're going to use to log into your sales process account, right? You can set up your email signature here if you wanted. You could set that up in here. You can also change and manage your password for your sales process account in here. You can set up your two-factor authentication. And I do not recommend setting up two-way sync for your emails unless you understand how it works. Okay, so just avoid setting this up. And we're also going to leave this here as well. We'll talk about that at a later date. But this, just wanted to show you that this is where you can set up your availability if you are booking appointments for your calendar, for your appointment calendar. Okay. And I'm just pointing this out. You can just set up this first part here. And you don't have to worry about setting up your email signature. You can come back and do that. Then I want to point out to you here your billing section, okay? So your billing section is where you have attached your credit card for your monthly payment for sales process. And it will show you here any payments that have been made. You can come in here and see them. You can also download any receipts that you need for tax purposes. And this is your wallet. This is like your digital wallet for sales process, because there are additional charges that are completely optional, but this is where you can find out about that, and you can also load your digital wallet to be able to use those additional charges. Okay. And then the next section here is My Staff. And this is where you would go and set up your employees. Okay, so you would set up anybody that you wanted to have access in here. And as you add users, you can set up permissions. Okay, so if we go into one that I already have, you can see in here, you can really control what they can see, what they can do. You can turn these permissions on or off. Okay. So that's all we're going to talk about here in this section here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we are going to, let me just check my list. I want to do to import our domains now. Okay. So this is a little bit technical. And for anybody who has any tech experience, that's amazing. You'll fly through this piece. If you don't have any tech experience, that's okay. We're going to walk through it right now. So this is where we're going to need access to our domain registrar, and we're going to be flipping between the two registrars, okay? Let me just double check the questions. The page is not loading. Okay. All I can say is that it might be a browser issue, Pia. The link for the setup was salesprocess.com, right? Okay. So if you need to find where you log into your account, it's this. There, I hope that helps. If a customer buys a plan, where did that go? How our apps know that a customer purchased a plan? Yeah, that's a little bit more of a forward question. Um, we'll get into some of that later on, okay? All right, awesome. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go down on the left-hand side and we're going to go to domains. You'll find it on the left-hand side here, as long as you're in the settings. So go into settings and then to domains. And you can either purchase your domain through Sales Process if you don't have one yet, or you can connect an existing domain. And that's what we're going to do today is we're going to walk through how to connect an existing domain. So we're going to click on Connect Domain, and then it brings us to this screen where it says what do you want to connect your domain to? So we're just going to pull in our domain that we're going to use on our websites, funnels, blogs, store, or webinar. Okay, so we're going to click Connect, and I'm going to put my domain in here. My domain is tamaratest.com. So you just put it in like that. Don't put in the www, just put in your domain. And we're going to click Continue. And here it's going to ask you, this is kind of like a spell check here. It's just saying, are you sure? And also what it's going to do is it's going to set up a redirect and a forward for the www version. So we want to have that clicked on. And then we're going to click Continue. Now, if your domain is with GoDaddy, with Cloudflare, with Ionis, or I believe even Google Domain, your records will automatically be set up. If your domain is not with those domain providers, we're going to set the records up automatically or manually, okay? So here it's going to tell us which records we need to add to our DNS panel. There's going to be 2 records here. And I'm going to get into my domain provider. I use Namecheap. And of course, it's going to send me a verification code. Just one sec. All right. So I'm going to go into my domains, and I have a whole bunch of them. This is the one that I need to manage. So I'm going to go and manage. And what I need to find are my DNS records. So if you're with Namecheap, it's with like advanced DNS. So you're looking for where you can add new records, or if you see records that exist in there already. Now, before we get too far ahead, let me check the questions. Yeah, you can change your domain to a different one later. You can connect as many domains as you want inside your sales process account. Yep. You can, change the domain. Yes. So you have an a record conflict, and that's okay. We'll get that sorted. Yeah, if you know that your registrar is with registrar.eu, then you'll need to be able to log in there if that's where you purchased your domain. Yeah, you can connect several, yes. Awesome. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to toggle between our registrar domain and our sales process account. Now, for the person who has an A record conflict, what I want you to do is inside of your DNS panel, I want you to grab this record, so your A record, copy that, and I want you to edit the A record that you see in your DNS panel. So find the A record that you see and edit the value of it and put the value that is right here. So you're going to copy this and put that in there. What we're going to do is we're going to add an A record here. So I'm going to add an A record. I'm going to put the host is the @ sign, and then I'm just going to copy and paste the value in here and click to add that record to my domain. So now I have an A record set up like that. That's what your A record should look like. Okay. Then we need to create a CNAME record. So we're going to copy and paste this part, and we're going to go back over to our DNS and we're going to add a new record, and it's going to be a CNAME record. And this time we're going to put in the www, and then we're going to paste this. Now, if your domain registrar, like if it already pulled your domain in, that's fine. It's probably because you have one of the registrars that are connected to sales process. The only time you have to do this is if it doesn't do that. So now we have an A record and a CNAME record. Okay, so make sure that you have those two. Let me check in with everybody. How's everybody doing? You have many A records. Yes. So when you have an A conflict, an A record conflict, you need to go into your A record that looks like this, that it'll say A record, and it will have, the host will be the @ sign. And you want to edit that record instead of making a new one. You're going to want to edit the record and go in and paste this information in if you have an A record conflict. Okay. So does everybody have two records in their DNS panel that look like this now? Not yet. Okay. Pia, can you be more specific about the issue that you're having? You don't have this page Namecheap. Okay, so yours might not be Namecheap. Yours might be a different registrar. Do you know where you purchased your domain, Pia? Okay, I see. You're having page load issues. Okay. Yeah, and that's fine. You can even if you got it through Squarespace, you can still set up your domain like this. Yes, Sales Process is a learning platform where you can send your customers when they buy through sales funnels. Yes. You're going to build sales funnels here, and you can sell stuff in Sales Process. You have a free plan. Uh, you will pay for emails and text messages. Those would be add-ons. Okay. Okay, with the A record, Pia, you need to, you're going to have the A record on your DNS panel. You're going to want to edit the A record. You don't have to create a new one. So what I would do is I would go in here and I would say, okay, I need to edit this A record. And you're going to have a different value in your A record here. The one that has the @ sign is going to have a different value than this. But what you're going to do is you're going to change it and you're going to input this value into the A record. Yeah, we have webhooks. The A record, if you have several A records, Pia, the one you want to edit is the one that has the @ sign with it. That's the one you want to edit. You should only have one A record with an @ sign. Pia, do you want to share your screen so I can have a look? I'm going to stop sharing. You can unmute yourself too if you want.
So, can you see something
Yes, I
already?
can see. Okay.
So this is what I see,
Okay.
and I'm not
Now,
sure which one I can use.
okay, so first of all, where are you using this domain, Pia?
On my website?
On your website. Okay. And so we don't want to take your website down, right? Because your website is up and working.
Mm-hmm.
We can create a subdomain for you here. Okay, so that's what we would do. So if you go back to your sales process screen,
Where's that one?
okay, we're going to click and we're going to cancel this because we don't want to bring your website down. What you're going to do in here instead is put in a subdomain. Okay, so that means you need to put a word and a dot in front of dreamandwonderland.com. So you could
Like
put,
that?
yeah, you could put that. And then you can put continue. And then you can say continue again. And then it's going to give you a different record to put in. So let's copy this here. And let's go back to your SiteGround. And we're going to add a CNAME record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So here you're going to put the word sub. And then you're going to paste in that information from there. And then you're going to add that record. Okay, perfect. Now we'll go back to your sales process account.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and click verify records. And it's just going to take a second here and it'll pull through. All right. And you can just click proceed to finish for right now. So your domain is in.
Yay.
Okay. So if you have several CNAME records, that's okay. That's normal. Your CNAME has a website there. Shall I delete it? No, don't delete any records. That would be a bad idea. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like
I
if you don't have an A record with an @ sign, then you will need to set up a subdomain. I cannot type in the fields to fill in. So yeah, you'd have to find your edit button then, Mia, for that, to be able to edit the records. Okay. So I'm
Excuse
going to
me,
share my
one
screen
moment, one
again.
moment. I, when Pia click on the on finish on proceed to finish,
Yeah,
what kind of select product type we have to do? Funnel, website, store, or
you don't have to make a decision right now. You don't have to choose at all. You can just click proceed to finish. That's it.
okay? Thank
That's
you.
all. Yeah. You don't have to choose a C record if you have several C records. Yeah, you don't have to choose one. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to my sales process here and I'm going to choose verify records. And like I said, it takes a little while for all the records to propagate and pull in. And then you'll come to this page, which is what Octavi was saying before, where you choose what you want it to connect to. You don't have to make that decision right now, okay? So you can just click proceed to finish. And then what you're going to see here is this little triangle. All it's warning you about is that it's not connected to anything. Your domain that you brought in isn't connected to anything. It's just inside of it. It's pointing to sales process now. But that's okay. We can attach funnels and domains, or sorry, funnels and websites and stuff later. Okay. So now we have our domain inside of sales process. If you're still having trouble getting your domain in, that's okay. We're going to keep moving forward. You do have, when you get your sales process account, please check your spam folders, read the emails that come with your sales process account. There's going to be a link in one of those emails where you can set up an onboarding call specifically for your domain if you're still having tech issues. Okay. So please do check your spam folders, make sure it hasn't gone into spam, read those emails, and there will be a scheduling link in there for you to book a call for domain setup if you're still having problems, okay? The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to set up our custom email sending domain. Now, why is it custom and why do we need one? When you send marketing email, what that means is that you're sending out bulk emails to your email list, right? So some people have a list size of 300 people. Some people have a list of 100,000 people, right? And so you can't just send email from your Gmail account to 300 people at one time, or even or 100,000 people at one time. So you have to set up a special subdomain to send email from inside of your sales process account. And the reason we use a subdomain is that we don't burn your root domain. So say my root domain is tamaratest.com. I'm going to set up a custom email sending subdomain so that I don't burn the tamaratest.com. The subdomain protects the root domain. And by burn, that means, let's say your domain gets blacklisted because you're not following best practices for sending emails. And if it gets blacklisted, it's really difficult to fix that and to get it off of a blacklist. So that's why we always create a subdomain to protect the root domain. So the next place that we're going to go over in the black menu is to email services. So we'll click on email services. And this big blue screen pops up here. And we're going to choose create a dedicated domain. Click on the blue button. And here is where we're going to set up our subdomain for that. So if my root domain is testtamara.com, I'm going to put in a root domain like, or a subdomain like replies.testtamara.com. Okay. Now your subdomain has to have a dot after it, and it has to sit before your root domain. So it has to come in. I think actually I'm the other way around. Sorry. It should be Tamara Test, not Test Tamara. There we go. So replies.tamaratest.com. That's going to be my subdomain that I'm going to set up for my email. Okay.
And you and me have to put sub dot our domain.com.
You can put whatever you want in front of that, but this is for email, and your customers will see this email address.
Okay.
So I use words like replies or mail or something like that to indicate that it is for email.
Okay, so I
Okay.
have one question. What
Yes.
will be the from email? Like, is it your self-process domain or our own domain?
This is going to be your own domain. Yeah.
So we don't need any SMTP server. Like, we will use sales process SMTP server, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And now we're going to click add and verify. And this is going to, again, if you have your domain with GoDaddy or Cloudflare or Ionis, it will automatically set these records up for you. If you don't, if you have your domain is with Namecheap, then we're going to have to do it manually. And that's or if you're with a different registrar. So I'm going to walk through the manual process with you because we're going to have to add a few records to get our email set up. So it takes a minute for the wizard to kind of identify that my domain is with another one. So we have to set up all these records for our email sending. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is set up a text record. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go over to my DNS records here. I'm going to add a new record, and I'm going to set up a text record, and I'm going to paste the host in. And then I'm going to come back to sales process, and I'm going to grab the value, and I'm going to go over here and put the value in and add the record. So you can see here I've created a text record with the information from here and here. Okay. So now I have to set up another text record. It tells me the second one. So I'm going to copy this first piece, go over, and I'm going to create a new text record. And I'm going to paste this in. And then I'm going to grab this piece and go back over and put that in. So now I have two text records. The next record I need to create is a CNAME record. So I go and I create a CNAME record. And I grab the value. And I put that in. Okay. Now here I have to set up MX records, which are email records. And in my case, in Namecheap, I have to do that down here. I can't set up an MX record in my regular records. I have to do that down here in mail settings. And so what I have to do here is I have to say custom MX records. And then I'm going to add an MX record, okay? So hold on a sec here. No. Custom MX. Okay. And here I'm going to put in my host. Then I'm going to come back over here and grab this piece and put in here. And my priority is going to be 10. Okay. And then I'm going to save that record. And then I'm going to have another MX record to add. And I paste that in there. And then I grab this piece. And I paste that in there. And my priority is going to be 20. And I save that. So now we should have 2 text records, a CNAME record, and 2 MX records added to our DNS. Okay. Mia, sorry you're having trouble. Definitely check your email for scheduling a one-on-one call to set up your domain. Sounds like your domain registrar is a little bit different. Yeah. So check your email and definitely get that set up. How's everybody else doing? Everybody got their records added to their DNS? What we'll do now is we're going to click here to, once you have all the records set up, click Verify Records. And here's what's going to happen. It's going to come through and look like this on the screen. And you're going to see, oh, there's one record here that's not verified. This is an extra record that we have to add. It is a text record. And what we're going to do is just copy this. Use your mouse to select it and copy it. And we're going to come back over here and we're going to add that text record. And then we're going to come back over here and we're going to copy this. And we're going to put that in here and we're going to add that. And now we can verify the domain again. So we're going to click on Verify Domain. And here it's come through and it's showing, mine is showing yellow. Yours might show red or it might show green. If it shows green, hang on with me. If yours shows red or yellow, let's click Verify Now again. And now all of my records are verified. Okay. So I'm going to click Verify Domain. And now this should be green. Okay. Yes, your priority, Pia, is going to be for your first MX record is going to be 10. And for your second MX record, it's going to be 20. for your priority. Now for goal, there is no field for goal. So it's either 10 or 20 here. If your goal, unless it's like automatic, I don't know what the goal would be for.
Me neither. It says it's mandatory for me.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Does the rest of your record include all of this information here?
Value. Mm-mm.
Do you want to share your screen again?
Share again.
Yeah.
Mm. This is how it looks.
What is this
In
drop down?
German.
Yeah, that's okay. What is this?
That is the settings for the cache time.
Oh, TTL. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Just leave that. That's okay. It doesn't give you, does anything here say custom MX record?
So
This one
here I
here?
changed to Google. Here I changed to the SiteGround hosting services, and this would be the custom version.
Oh, you know what? Goal is probably the come back to sales process.
Mm-hmm. That
It's
one.
going to be this piece here. Copy that. Yeah.
Okay.
Go back to and put that in there and then click and add. There you go. So that's going to be the other piece for your other MX record too. Okay. It's just called something different. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'll get you to stop sharing. Yeah, thank you. And then I will share my screen again. Okay. Whoops. I don't need it that big. All right. Okay. So back here, now we have this. We're on this screen here, right? Everybody's on this screen inside of sales process. The next thing that we need to do is we need to set our email header. So we're going to click on the three dots right here. And we're going to go set headers. Here, you're going to want to put in the name that you want to, when your customer receives an email from you, that's what they're going to see. So that's going to be the from name. So is it going to be your business name? Is it going to be your name, your personal name, right? Or I can put Tamara with, right? My name with my business name. Whatever you want, you can put there in the from name. The next thing we're going to do.
What option do you go to go here?
You click on these three dots here.
Yeah, and
Set headers.
Okay. Great, thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Next, we're going to put in here our email address. So Our email address is going to be a word, the @ sign, any word you want. You can be hello at, support at, whatever you want. I'm going to make mine hello at, and it's going to be my subdomain and then my root domain, right? Let me double check that that's the one I want. Yes, it is. Okay. So you can put any word in front of this that you want. We're just creating the email address that it's going to be sent from. So this is hello@replies.tamaratest.com. Okay. So it must be this subdomain that you use for your custom sending domain. You can choose what the word is in front. Okay. Yes, Pia, you need to add that text record to your DNS. So you have to copy, just use your mouse to copy it. So copy the first DMARC piece for the host and paste that in, and then copy the value and put that in. That's just a text record. It's not an MX record. Okay. So then here, once we have this set up, we're going to click Save. Now, what that does is that sets it up so that whenever an email leaves a sales process, we make sure that it's always sent from our marketing email address. And through setting up all of those DNS records, what we do is we prove to the inbox that's receiving our messages that we are who we say we are. We're a verified business owner. We're not a spammer, right? And so it improves our email deliverability to have these records set up. Okay. Okay. So Pia, it sounds like you've run into an issue with your DMARC. So the first part here, one sec. I'm going to put the information into the text or into the chat here. This,
sorry, in sales process as such, how can I go back to the site where I find the text record?
yeah,
Because I just click verify domain to catch up with you.
yeah,
And now I'm somewhere else.
yeah. So you're probably on this screen here.
Yes.
Just click verify domain. There'll be like a verify button here. You just click that again.
Yeah. No,
And then you're going to need to add you need to add the record. Okay, so I'm
on email services.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to share your screen again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you want to click on right here, let me see, right here.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to click here to set your headers up at the 3 dots. Go to set headers. And there you're going to put in your from name.
But it's not the last text, or will that come again?
Yeah, it already is set up.
But
otherwise it wouldn't pull through.
The last text piece was still orange or something. Does it matter, or
it'll once it turns green, that means it's correct. So it has pulled through all the records.
Don't need to do anything with the last text piece.
Did you add the text record to your?
No.
Okay. let's finish this piece here. Put in your from email. So it would be hello at, and what's your subdomain? Info dot, yep. And then click save. Okay, now let's go back to your DNS panel in SiteGround. Where can we go to your records? Text record, yep. And I'll put the information into the chat, okay? So here's where you're going to put in for the goal. I'm putting it in the chat. You can just copy it.
Where's the freaking chat again? There.
That's for the goal.
Okay.
And then that other one that I just put in there is for the other place, other piece there in the chat.
So for this one then?
Yes. And then add it. There you go. All
Okay.
done.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, guys. So
I have a mismatch also.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have a question?
It's the mark issue, but I put the demarc issue in the configuration.
And it's telling you you have a demarc issue?
Yeah.
Let's see. Can you share your screen?
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Moment. Okay. This is the error. Yeah. And
Are you sure that this is just here? Check your spelling. Oops. Not there. Go back to sales process. Check your spelling here.
Excuse me?
Is it good?
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah.
Here's what you're using. This is your subdomain right here.
Yeah. Oh no, oh yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Thanks.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to go. Share my screen again. All right. We now have this set up. And what I want you to do is I want you to take this email address and copy it. And we're going to copy it and we're going to take it over to our business profile. And we're going to put it in our business profile right here. Okay? And then you're going to update your information. By putting this in your business profile, that means that anytime the system tries to retrieve your marketing email address, it will always grab the right one. Okay? So you want to save that in there. The next thing I want to make sure is that let's go to my staff. And I want you to have your own personal login here with your own email address. So if you don't see any staff here or you don't see your name in the My Staff section, then you want to add yourself as a user. And you'll set yourself up as a user with your regular email address, not the email address that we put in your business profile. And the reason I want you to do this under my staff is because I don't want you to have to log in you won't be able to log into your sales process account using this email address. Okay. So you won't be able to do that. So go into My Staff, add your user, and put in your name and just your regular email address that you used to purchase Sales Process. Not the email address that we just created for your marketing email. Okay? And you don't have to fill out the entire profile, just your name and your email for now is fine. So make sure that this business profile here is your new marketing email address. And then also make sure that you have a user profile under here. Okay. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Letitia? That's right. Yeah, use your regular email address that you use to purchase Sales Process. That's correct. Okay. We're moving right along. Now we get to go and set up an email template. And what this does, it helps get everything set up so that your marketing emails are compliant when you send them. Now, we are a global community, so email marketing compliance is going to be different for everyone here. I highly recommend that you understand your email marketing compliance rules for your country, for where you're located, okay? Every country is going to have different rules for email. So I highly recommend that you go and find that out, what your country's rules are. I am located in Canada, so my rules are that I have to have certain things in every email that I send to my list, okay? So we're going to set you guys up for success by setting up your email templates right now that you can just clone and copy and paste every time. Okay. So we're going to go into marketing. And does everybody find the marketing tab here? Yeah. Up here, you're going to see emails. Up at the top, you're going to click on emails. And we're going to go to templates. Now, you're going to see a whole bunch of folders in your templates. And inside of your account, those are email templates that Peng Joon and his team have written and used in the past for sales, for everything that he's sold before, right? So this is for you. This is a library of content for you to be able to use. I just want to point that out. What we're going to do today is we're going to create your template for you to be able to send email to your clients, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is click on New, and we're going to say Blank Template, okay? So click on Blank Template, and we're going to use the design editor to create this template. And what it does is it's going to take us and it's going to open into a new builder. This is where you can build your emails. It's an email builder. And the first thing I want you to do is go up here, and I want you to put your business name. And I want you to name this your blank email template. Okay. And then we're going to save it. And what we're going to do here is we are going to add from the left-hand side, we're going to grab a footer element. It looks like this. It's called footer. We're going to grab it and we're going to pull it over and add it to the bottom of our email. And you're going to see all these like weird little crazy things in here. These are called custom values, and they are dynamic fields that pull in your business information from your business profile. So, and also other things. So it's going to put in here copyright at, and what the customer sees when they receive the email, it's going to say 2025. It's going to have your business name in here. It's going to have your email address from your business profile. And it also automatically puts in an unsubscribe link from the email. Now, in Canada, we are required to have our business name on the bottom of the email. We're also required to have, I always add our mailing address is. And so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to find account. So I'll show you where I clicked again. So I'm going to put in our mailing address, go up here. This is called custom values. This little thingy right here. We're going to click on custom values and we're going to go to account. And we're going to choose address 1. Okay. And then I'm going to just put a space in there, and it's going to have our email address, and it's also going to have our unsubscribe link here. So this is now, this footer here includes everything that I need in Canada to be compliant to send marketing emails. So again, I want you to check with your country's regulations. What do you need to send marketing emails? What's going to make you compliant so you don't end up getting in trouble with your provider, okay? The next thing that I want to add to my email template, I'm going to come back over here and click on this plus button here. And I want to add my social links. So there's a social element. I'm going to drag that across. And here I can set up all my social links to my Facebook page, to my Instagram, to my YouTube channel. If I want, I can add YouTube. So I can put in here YouTube. And then what you do is you just put in your link to whichever it is that you want here. Okay. You can style these. You can change the way they look just by styling them over in the side here. But once you set this up once, then you don't have to set it up every single time, right? We're setting up this template that we can just clone it every time, and it's going to have all our information in it that we need. Okay? So I encourage you to bring over your social elements, set those up, set up your links there. And then your template is set up. You can also, if you wanted, you could bring over an image. You could bring in your logo. So there's actually a logo element. And if you bring that logo element over, what happens is it will pull your logo from your business profile and populate it here. So do you remember at the very beginning of the session today, we put, you had the opportunity to put your logo in your business profile? If you do that, then your business logo will go here. And then in here is where, this is where Now this is really big. I'm going to change this. I just want this to be, instead of a heading, I want it just to be a paragraph. So I'm going to change that. But then all you're going to have to do now is, because you have this all set up, is just copy and paste your email message in here. Okay. Now, maybe you want to be able to make sure that you include your customer's first name all the time, right? So another thing you can do is set this up by putting that custom value at the very top. So here, we're going to go over here again to custom values, click on custom values, and this is for our contact. So we would go contact and we would choose first name. And you'll see it has these squiggly lines around it, right? So it's squiggly line, contact dot first name or first underscore name. And what that does is it will pull in your contact's name if you have them on file, right? If they're in your system somewhere. Okay. Does everybody have their template set up? Or you can also come back to it as well. Okay. If you want, another thing that I find really helpful is at these three dots, this is where you would set up your subject line and your preview line for your email. So if we go into settings, here you're going to see your email subject line. I always put in here placeholder. And then that way I can use this when I am setting up automations or workflows and I haven't got my emails written yet. I can just pull in this template as a placeholder for that action. Okay. And you never have to fill this out. Okay. You don't have to fill this. You can choose, you can put anything here. You can put anything you want in the from name. But this email, if you leave it blank, will always pull that email address that we set up as your marketing email. Okay. Yes, I can repeat what I said. For the placeholder, if you're in your email template, just go to these three dots, go to settings, and in the email subject line, I put the word placeholder. And the reason I do that is because sometimes I'm building out my workflow automations before I've written my email templates, before I've written my emails that I want to send out with them. So I will just use this blank email template as a placeholder for that. And so I just put the subject line in there so that it shows as a placeholder in the automation. Okay. Just some little tips that I use. Okay. And of course you can style this any way you want. You can change the way that this looks. You can change the way that this appears here. You can have full width content. You can have just this middle piece here. You can change the color. Okay. You can style it any way you want. But this is now your email template. So then whenever you want to come back out and you want to create an email template, you can just go to this recent here. You can look for your blank email template and you can clone it and you can start writing your email from there. And it's going to have all your social links in it. It's going to have all of the information about your business in it that it needs to be compliant. And now you can just duplicate it. Okay. Any questions? All right, what's next? We've set up our template. Let's go set up our payment processor. Okay, So again, we are a global community and we all use different payment processors, right? We're going to set up the two most popular payment processors here today. Inside of your payments section, inside of sales process, you're going to click on payments. And you're going to notice the menu up at the top. Sales process has the ability to produce invoices and estimates, documents and contracts, orders, subscriptions, payment links, just like Stripe. This is where you would come to see all your payment transactions. You would create all of your products that you're going to sell in this area here. Any coupons you wanted to create for selling would be in here. These are going to be your payment settings. And then your integrations is where we're going to set up your Stripe and your PayPal. Now, like I said, we're a global community, and sometimes Stripe and PayPal don't work in certain countries. You can set up any payment method that you want. You can search for a payment method that may be more appropriate for your country. So please do look through here. If you have a payment processing software that you use that you don't see here, you can search up here to find the name of the payment processor that you want to use. As long as it's a valid payment processor and you still can't find it here, you can reach out to sales support. And as long as you can access their API integration, you can set up any payment processor you want. But today we're going to focus on setting up Stripe, and we're going to focus on setting up PayPal. Those are the two most common used payment processors. Okay, so to do, I already have my Stripe account connected. So I'm actually going to disconnect it and we will reconnect it at a different time. We're going to reconnect it now, okay? All right. Let me just refresh this. So I'm working with a fresh screen. And this is really simple to set up. It's not complicated. You just walk through the wizard as you go. So you can just go ahead and click connect. And it's just going to ask you to sign in with Stripe. Okay. And it's just going to send me a login code here. And then it's saying that it's returning to Lead Connector. Lead Connector is just a software that Sales Process uses to speak to other softwares. So don't be scared when you see that. That's totally normal. So that's how easy it is to set up Stripe. You just sign in and your Stripe Live and your Stripe Test is connected. That's how fast that happens. Now you can process payments in your account. Yeah, it's that easy, Letitia. Okay. PayPal now, that's a little bit different, of course. No API and so on. Yeah, that PayPal is going to send us through the trenches to get set up. Okay, so PayPal here, let's go back here. I'm just going to go back to all integrations here. So if I wanted to connect PayPal, I'm going to click connect. And it's giving me this information, but that's not what I want. Okay, so I have to delete that out because that's just my browser putting information in there and it's not the correct information. Okay, so inside of your sales process account, inside your browser, let's open up another window And I want you, if you have a PayPal account, so you already have to have a PayPal account set up, I want you to go to dev.paypal.com. Oops, sorry. It might be development. Oh, developers. We might just have to go to PayPal and find it first. Hold on. Okay. All right. So we're going to get inside of PayPal. And here's where we need to go, to developer. I'm just going to go on to developer. We have to go into developer, and then we're going to go into APIs and S here, okay? All right. So we're going to get our API credentials. And what we have to do is we have to create an app inside of PayPal that is going to give us a client ID and a secret ID that we can then take back to sales process and put in here. So here we're going to click on create app. And we're going to say, we're going to call this sales process, okay? And we're going to call it sales process. We'll call this one live, okay? And this is going to be a platform that's going to be a merchant platform, okay? And then this is going to be, oh, actually, this one is going to be sandbox. It's going to be sandbox, sorry. So that means that it's a test one. It's a test app that we're going to use. Okay. And then we're going to click create app. Now, the client ID for our sandbox is right here. We're going to click that and we're going to copy it over to our sandbox client ID and we're going to paste that in there. Then this secret key, we're going to copy that and we're going to take this and paste it here. And then we're going to click save. Okay. And then it is the same thing to go through and create. We want to make the credentials for live credentials, right? So we're going to click on the live credentials and we're going to create the app and we're going to call it sales process live. And we're going to create that. And then again, it's going to give you the client ID. You're going to copy that. And you're going to come back over here and you're going to copy the secret key. And save. And now you have two payment processors set up in your account. One for Stripe and one for PayPal. You can decide which one. This one here is your default payment processor. Stripe is. Okay, so Stripe is always going to be offered first. And PayPal actually works through Stripe. So the two work together to do your payments. Okay? So that's how you would set up your payment authorization or your payment processor inside your sales process account. Now you can create products, you can create payment links, and that will get that all. You can process everything through there. Okay. Next on our list is integrations with Google, Facebook, Instagram. So inside of your sales process account, we're going to go all the way down to settings. And we're going to go all the way until we find integrations. And here you have the opportunity to integrate all of these different softwares with sales process. Okay. But the ones that we're going to focus on today are Google and Facebook and Instagram. Okay. So it's very simple to set these up. You just walk through the wizard. It's just going to ask you to log in, and then it's going to, the other software will ask you to give permission to, it may ask for lead connector or it may say sales process, but it's just going to ask you to give permission for the two softwares to share that information. Now, the first thing you need to know about Facebook is that you can only connect your Facebook business profile. Okay. So it cannot be your personal Facebook. Facebook Meta does not allow you to use your personal Facebook outside of Facebook. Okay. So you can connect a business profile. And for you to be able to connect your Instagram has to be connected, has to be a business account, and has to be connected to your Facebook first. So those are a couple of different things that you need to do before you set those up. Now, I understand that during the event, this the event that you went to with Peng Joon, that he talked about conversations to conversions. And he talked about how you can set up automations inside of your sales process account where you can have people comment on your Facebook business profile posts or your Instagram posts, and automations can send information back and forth to them. This is what you have to have set up first for that to work. So you have to have your Facebook and Instagram connected here. And then you can set them up in the automations. Okay. Now, if you plan to use the scheduling appointment feature inside of your sales process account, you're also going to want to set up your Google Calendar or your Outlook calendar or your Apple calendar so that it can check for conflicts, right? And so this is where you're going to set that up here, the Google piece of it. The Apple and the Outlook piece is going to be inside of your own profile up here. Okay. So does anybody have any questions about integrations? I'm not going to walk through the integrations. They're really easy to set up. You just log in and connect them. Mine are already all connected in here in this demo account. So you can see. You can also connect your LinkedIn account. You can connect your TikTok account. You can connect Slack, Printful, Shippo, WhatsApp, WooCommerce, Shopify, QuickBooks, Wave, Clio. Clio, I'm not even sure. I think lawyers use that. That's a lawyer software. Any questions about integrations? What is the purpose of integrations? The purpose is to connect two softwares together so that they can speak to each other. So you can connect your sales process account to your Facebook business page so you can set up automations where people can comment on your posts. Or if you set up your Google account integrated with this, you can post to your Google business profile. You can also have Google check for conflicts on your appointment calendar. Yeah, business page. That's right. A Facebook business page. That's correct. Continue field mapping. You don't have to continue with that. The field mapping is for Facebook lead ads. So you don't have to do the Facebook field mapping if you're not running ads right now. Okay. Yeah, so when you're setting up your automations for the Facebook comments, you can ask the person for the email, and the system is so smart that it recognizes it as an email address and creates a contact record for them. So inside of the automations, it will recognize that it's an email address, and it will just set it up. It will just grab it and create a contact record for them. Okay, next on our list, we want to go over what we call a snapshot, or the templates that were provided to you inside of your sales process account. So I'm just going to go back out of here, and I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second until I find the correct account. I wanted to have a fresh account that doesn't have all my demo stuff in it, so that we could go through and see all of the templates that you guys received with your account. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. So inside of your account, the first place we're going to go and look is in Sites. Okay, so we're going to go to Sites. And the first thing you're going to see up here is funnels. Then you have websites, stores, webinars, analytics, blog, WordPress, your client portal, forms, surveys, quizzes, chat widget, and QR codes. So there's a lot of information up here. But what we're going to focus on today is the templates that Pengjun and his team has provided for you. Now, this first template is a compliance template that you will require if you set up text message marketing. So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on that because it's only for that particular feature, but it is provided for you here. The next set of templates is the holiday plug and play templates. Basically what these are, there are 6 different funnels that you can clone and use to run your own sales. So if you wanted to do a Black Friday sale, you could do one. If you wanted to do a Cyber Monday sale, you could do one. This funnel, let's just open one of them. This is the Cyber Monday deal funnel. It has 3 steps. It has a sales page 1, version 1, sales page version 2, and a confirmation or thank you page. Okay. So we're going to take a look at them. We're going to go into the editor and take a look at them. This is the funnel builder that is included with your sales process account. It is a drag and drop builder. That's what we call it, because you can just grab elements and bring them over as you need, okay, to build your funnel. But this is the funnel page that you get with this funnel. And you, of course, can go in here and change or rebrand any of this information to make it your own brand. Okay. That's the sales page version 1. And then we're going to sales page version 2. And then this is the confirmation page. Okay. So it's got the thank you for your purchase and that sort of thing. So you have all of these funnels at your disposal that you can use inside of your account. You can duplicate them. Using a template makes it so much faster to build. You can build a lot faster just by duplicating this and then replacing the text with your own text and the pictures with your own pictures. So I encourage you to, and all of these templates are templates that Peng Joon used to sell his products and services. So you know that these funnels work, right? You know that they are good funnels. These are all funnels that Peng Joon has used. So again, you have all of these templates that you can look through and you can use for your own sales. Now, inside here, we were in marketing and we were inside of emails. And inside of emails, you have all of these folders. Remember before we made our blank template, all of these folders have email messages in them that have been written. And they're not just like filler text. Like if we open one of these, you'll see this is the actual message that Peng Joon used to send out when he day 20 of a challenge, right? So if you're looking for challenge messages, you can just use this. You know it works. Come in here and tweak it so that it sounds like you and it's for your business, right? But these templates are going to help you move fast. They're going to help you move much faster than if you had to start from scratch. So you have all of these email templates in here as well. The next thing I want to show you is your automations. So these are your workflows. And we're going to go into the workflows and we're going to publish some of them because these are going to help you manage your email compliance. So inside of your automations, you're going to see these 3 folders. You're going to have the compliance workflows. You're going to have your holiday workflows and your top sales process workflows. These are pre-built workflows. Let's go see. The one that you guys are going to really love that's already built in here for you is the Facebook Messenger chatbot, right? So this is where you can have the Facebook, you can set up a Facebook business post and have them comment on it. And this is already built for you. You just need to come in here and tweak it and make it your own by changing the messages, right? So it's already built for you. You just have to hook it up. And the first thing I want you guys to do is to go back to this home page of your workflow, because I do want you to come in here and turn on some compliance workflows. I would like you to come in here and turn on your email compliance workflows. So these are going to manage your emails if somebody's email bounces, if somebody complains about your email, all of that. Okay, so let's turn these on. We're going to click on them and we're going to change them from draft to publish and save. We can also do it this way. You can go here, click on the 3 dots and publish workflow. We're going to publish this one. And we're going to publish this one. And then the rest of these are text message marketing. So if you don't have that set up, you don't have to turn these on. But when you do have it set up, come in here and publish these. So the first 4 we want to publish so that they're turned on and they can manage your email compliance. Okay. Now, the last piece of this onboarding session is all about the support that we provide here at Sales Process. One thing I want to recommend to you is to definitely get your understand where you can get support. Okay. So here we have a chat widget that you'll always find inside of your account, your help library. You can search for topics that you need help with. If it's depending on what it is, you can chat with a live chat agent here to get support. So know that that chat agent is there 24/7. We also have a start here walkthrough of different things here, the 5 core functions of Sales Process. We have the Facebook group. So you can join the Facebook group. There's join our community. It will take you into the Facebook group. And here it talks about all the things that are going on in Sales Process, all the things that if there's a challenge going on, if there's an event going on, any new feature updates to the software, you'll see them in here. The office hours that we host 5 days a week go live in the Facebook group. Okay. So I highly recommend joining the Facebook group. Here is where you can see the live office hours. Okay. I'll put this down here. Every Monday through Friday, we have 5 days of office hours. And we are changing the topics of these going forward here in a little bit. So this is going to change. But you can sign up here to get reminders for when office hours is going to be. And because we're a global community, we try to offer times that work fairly well for everyone. But if you can't make it to office hours, please know you have 24/7 chat assistance here. You also have the Sales Process University. So here you can sign up for Sales Process University. You can enroll. And what will happen is you'll get an email with a link to a learning portal. And inside that learning portal is so many video tutorials on every feature, everything you could ever want to build in Sales Process. You can find a tutorial for it inside there. Okay. And if you ever need to log into Sales Process University and you can't find the link, it's always going to be on the side here. Okay. And I think that's it. But I would love to see you guys at office hours. I host the Monday office hours and the Thursday office hours. And not this week, but next week, we are continuing on our AI series that we are working on. So office hours, what it contains is we do a bit of a training on some of the features inside of Sales Process. And then we have a Q&A at the end where you can come and ask your questions and get tech support one-on-one, right live on Zoom. We can screen share, we can walk you through different things. So you have lots of support here. Also, if you ever need any customer support in terms of billing or anything like that, please feel free to always email support@salesprocess.com. That's always there. So, yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. And let me just check here for questions. Can you create subscriptions for customers? Recurring invoices can be sent. Yes, you sure can. Yes, Sales Process is GDPR compliant. How much does it cost to send emails? Great question. Okay, let's get you some information on that. So any kind of, let me find my pricing sheet here. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. I'll show you guys where you can find this information. We're going to go in here. If you go down here to manage my billing on your menu inside a sales process, and you go pricing for wallet-based purchases. So these would be any additional pricing that you would be charged for. LC mail, that's your email. You're going to be charged 0.002 cents per email. Okay. Here's additional charges for phone, for AI, and premium workflow triggers and actions. As you can see, it's pretty minimal for charging what you get charged for, but that is the extra charges that you may incur depending on which feature you're using. No, Daniel, you can send them from your domain host website if it's somewhere else besides sales process. But if you're sending email from sales process, you're going to use LC mail. It's called LC mail, and you would be charged this for every email that you send out. Any other questions? Anybody who attended this onboarding call and is still having issues with their, the learning platform, Letitia, is Sales Process University. It's right here. Sales Process University, and you sign up. You have to enroll first to get a login and a password. For your clients. Okay. Yeah, so that's going to be inside of memberships. And inside of memberships, you can set up a client portal. You can set up courses. You can set up a community. So that's going to be underneath memberships here. And to do all of that, you can learn how to do that through the tutorials in Sales Process University. When we send on our own and in bulk, it could be considered as spam. Hence, Sales Process Server protect from this. Am I correct? Yes. So the custom emailed sending domain that we set up today, we set it up so that it has all the relevant records that inboxes look for from people sending real emails, like not spam emails. So yes, that's why we set up that custom sending domain. You can create a webinar series. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, you can do that for sure. It's really amazing. This software is really amazing what you can do in here. So for the lives, Letitia, what will people use is Zoom. We don't have like particular webinar software for live, but you can have Zoom and then host your replay here. Yeah, you can do a evergreen webinar. Inside, Samantha, you'll find the replay of this. It's going to be inside of the university, and you can just search for office hours. There's a search function in the university, and all recordings go in there for all office hours. Okay. Any other questions? Again, if you need assistance with setting up your domain, if you still couldn't do that, yes, today's session is being recorded and it is considered, it's a special series office hours for you guys. But yes, yeah, the same as we did today. Yep, that's right. On Thursday, it's going to be the same thing. We're going to walk through anybody who couldn't attend today. We're going to walk through all of this again on Thursday. And then starting the week after, we're back into our regular scheduled AI series training that we're working on. So yes, Thursday will be the same, this same walkthrough that we did today. So if you feel comfortable with everything and you don't have any questions, you don't have to attend on Thursday. But if you still want some help or want to try again with your domain, definitely come back Thursday and we'll give it another shot. And again, look for those emails from Sales Process. Check your spam folder, check your promotions tab, find those emails, and you can also book a domain migration call. Usually it's me. I usually do the domain migration calls, or if I'm not around, another team member does them. So, and we'll walk through and get your domain set up. Don't worry, we won't ever leave you on your own with tech like that. So. Well, thank you guys so much for joining today. It's great to have all these new faces here. I want to ask if this is for me, as I am still planning what to do in my future business. What is your future business? I guess that would be my question. Daniel, on Thursday, this Thursday coming up is going to be another session of the onboarding for all the people who attended the event. And then we are actually doing a special AI series after that. This is what I am thinking about now. Should be online business selling something. Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for attending. It's great to see all these new faces. Bye. Thank you. Again, if anybody is still struggling with their domain, set up that domain migration call or come back on Thursday and we can give it another shot, okay? Thank you, everyone. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll be back here on Thursday. We'll see you then.